every time. Like, how many times I completely reboot this fucking thing? And I completely reinstalled it, too. Like, seriously, like, I've reinstalled it, I've completely restarted my Xbox. This was happening on my original Xbox and on my Xbox One X, so it happens cross-console. And it's like, you load up the game, and it's like, no, you don't get to play. It's not for you to play. You're not supposed to play a game. You're supposed to fucking... Okay. I have to fucking completely restart the whole damn thing. It's ridiculous. I hate it. Every time I read a list of features and changes that are coming with Battlefield 5, I get really excited because they all sound really cool to me. I think Battlefield 5 is making a lot of really positive choices for the Battlefield franchise. Some people have tried to play identity politics with the customization options, and some people have tried to turn it into a bigger issue than it needs to be. Unfortunately, I'm one of those people that tried to hop into that conversation, but I think most of us can agree we just want a good competitive shooter, and Battlefield provides the best pseudo-arcade milsim game on the market. I genuinely love Battlefield as a franchise, but I just don't play it as much anymore. Mostly because, in my opinion, it's gone through the largest dry spell I've seen any shooter franchise go through. Like, Battlefield 4 was not exactly a complete game until a couple years, a year and a half into its life cycle, and then Battlefield Hardline was fun, but it lacked the depth to keep me interested, and Battlefield 1 I could have fun in, but it also lacked the depth to keep me interested. There's also a lot of fundamental core concepts of Battlefield 1 that I disagree with, and it's just not a very fun, engaging game. And that's why no one on my friends list really plays it anymore. There are very few games as milquetoast to me as Battlefield 1. Well, maybe COD World War II. At least with COD World War II, it's like a fast-paced Twitch shooter, and that's why I buy COD every year, and so it did provide that, but even there, like, I barely have played COD World War II as, you know, in comparison to other Call of Duties, I've barely put in any time to COD World War II because it's bland. And the common denominator between both those games is that they're World War games. You have World War I, Battlefield 1, and World War II with, you guessed it, COD World War II. I think that's part of the problem. I think these time periods really limit the games. It just doesn't feel as interesting and innovative, but the thing is Call of Duty is simple anyway. Taking it back to World War II, like, takes that simplicity and doubles it. So with Battlefield 5, I'm a little bit more excited because it's not a Twitch arena-style shooter. It has vehicles and larger maps and destructible environments and way more gadgets, and, you know, just Battlefield games are usually bigger. It's one of the things that kind of bummed me out about Battlefield 1 is it didn't feel bigger than the competition. I didn't want to play it over Titanfall 2 or Infinite Warfare or even Modern Warfare Remastered. I just didn't want to. And then add on my newfound relationship with Rainbow Six Siege, and Battlefield 1 looked less and less enticing. I'm hoping that Battlefield 5 will not be negatively impacted by its time period, and it does maintain that gadget-filled sandbox feeling that Battlefield 3 and 4 gave me. It's really stupid to buy new games and expect old feelings to come from them. It's an idiotic concept, don't do it. But Battlefield roped me in with 3 and 4, and I just don't feel like we've had something. I mean, Hardline's kind of similar to 4, but we haven't had something like 3 and 4 in quite a while. Every time I see something about Battlefield 5 though, it looks really enticing and I'm really excited to play it, but I have no hype for it. Is that kind of weird? Like, I'm excited when I read the changes and I remember, oh yeah, that's right, they changed the way the gunplay works, and they changed the way weapons work and squads work and how ammo works and blah blah blah. Destruction's been revamped for the first time in a long time. You know, that excites me, but I'm not hyped for it. I'm more hyped for Black Ops 4. Maybe that's because I've played Black Ops 4 now and I do see a really good game underneath all the nonsense Treyarch needs to fix, and so maybe that's why I'm excited for it. I'm excited for, of course, games like, you know, Forza and Kingdom Hearts and Red Dead Redemption and, you know, other things. Cyberpunk looks enticing. Doom Eternal's going to take a lot of my time. And while all of those games have been on my mind, I haven't even thought about Battlefield 5. You know, partly because they just don't have a marketing campaign going on for it right now. Usually Battlefield's going all out about this time, but it's like they don't have any faith in their own product despite all of the really cool ways they're changing up the gameplay. The gameplay looks like a nice mix of competitive, team-based, and gimmicky. Like gimmicky, gadget-filled sandbox fun, and, you know, other things that are like more, you know, serious and for the hardcore gamers, yeah, whatever. But I don't know, it feels like it's like there's not a Battlefield game coming out this year, and there totally is, and I don't even feel the excitement yet. I just had to fucking search that it comes out on October 19th. I completely forgot the release date. So it's launching right next to Black Ops 4. So I'm going to be really interested to see what grabs my playtime. Because Black Ops 4 hasn't really won me yet. I'm excited to see what happens with it, but I am not won by it yet. And I'm more than ready to tear it a new one for a lot of bullshit, stupid design choices that I've already torn it a new one for. I'm also ready to call out Battlefield 5 for being a boring piece of shit, but I hope that's not the case. It's going to be kind of fun to play them both at launch and try them both out and see what's going down. It'll be interesting to see which one grabs my attention and which one gets my most amount of playtime come November. You guys need to remind me at the end of October I should see which one had more playtime, which one enticed me more, which one made me grind more, which one was more competitively satisfying and casually satisfying, and that should be interesting because I'm not hyped for Battlefield 5 right now. I'm just not. I think about it and it's like maybe the fact that it's World War II is really putting me off, and I think that might honestly be it. Because I think I've seen enough World War II. Like, I know Call of Duty and Battlefield are nothing alike other than the fact that they're competitive first-person shooters, but really, I don't really want to see more STGs. No more MP40s, no more Thompsons, no more M1 Grands, no more of any of that. Luckily, Battlefield games contain more depth than Call of Duty games, just on a base gameplay level with vehicles and actually interesting weapon mechanics and usually a larger variety of things to try to destroy your enemies with that aren't super tacky, corny, cheesy Black Ops 4-ish.
Toasty boys! Barbecue in the enemy spawn. Bring your own hot dog.
Oh, that's boring. At least you don't have to bring your own beer.
Take it, A.
I love my job. Except for my own hot dogs, so that means it's providing
Hellstorm awaiting deployment.
Bring whatever you want to eat, because I don't have anything.
Yeah. So it'll be different, but I think maybe the time period just doesn't have me excited. Maybe just the fact that I'm tired of World War II games, and I've been tired of World War II games since before COD World War II even came out. Maybe that's it. Because I'm just not feeling it. And I wonder how hyped people would be if it was a Vietnam game or a modern day shooter, or just like a near past shooter, like a 90s, 80s shooter, or like a near future, something like, 2025 type of thing. I wonder how hyped people would be for that. Because as much as I love all of the cool things they're doing to the core gameplay of Battlefield 5, I just don't find myself thinking about it on a daily basis. And I want to know what you guys think in the comments section. Are you guys excited for Battlefield 5? Are you thinking about it, watching videos on it, studying it, wanting to get better at other Battlefield games so your skills transfer? I don't know what you crazy kids are up to these days, and I'd like to know because for me personally, I'm more excited about just about every other game under the sun other than Battlefield 5, as cool as Battlefield 5 looks to me. And I'm going to assume that the reason I'm excited about the gameplay mechanics but not really the release of the game is that I like the idea of the mechanics because the mechanics aren't time period specific. And the reason I'm not excited for the game is because the game takes place in a time period I am tired of. Maybe that's it. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And yeah, the hype train just isn't going anywhere with Battlefield 5, and I'm sure to some of you it's because of feminists, but that's because you get all of your political information from ponage videos. See you when I see you. Goodbye.
It's probably dynamic 4K, but still. Whoa, whoa. Keep your bullets to yourself there, buddy.
Steady cam is really funny. I was falling so far and quickly in the Lambo when I landed on the ground. The camera auto-corrected to put me underneath the world.
What the fuck, game?
Underneath, like...
Shit. Teammates.
What game was?
I fucking went to jump and my character mantled to the side. Like I wasn't even facing anything I could mantle. And it was like, no, you want to jump there. You want to climb that right into enemy fire. Almost killed me. Oh, fucking God.
Goddamn fucking rebels have no respect for my shit. Did I get thermal vision? I did. Everybody's gonna die now.
That sucks.
And I drove off.
Oh, wow. That's not Battlefield 1 in a fucking nutshell. I was doing well and then grenade.
Oh. I thought I was about to say, was it you were doing bad and then grenade?
No, I'm actually hitting pretty hard. I'm doing pretty good things right now.